Hey, Change the World entrepreneurs. Just want to come to you with a quick tip about how to pitch your investors. We've been looking into a company that we really love the product on. They're just killing it. And in their deck, they were boasting that they went out to try to get 1,200 doors and ended up in 4,000 retail doors. So very impressive, right? 1,200 doors versus 4,000 retail doors, and they had just closed these doors. I can tell you that's very, very impressive in your deck. However, there's a but to this. And the main but is just getting distribution is not enough. You can have an amazing brand with an amazing product, but just getting in the doors is only half the battle. There are three other things that are vitally important than just the doors that an investor like me might be looking for. One is velocity. The term is velocity, but it's very easy. It's how you're turning. And basically, when you get in the doors, if you're selling one or two a week, for example, that gives you some sense of your velocity. Now, the velocity alone is good to understand, but it's even better to understand in the context of the whole category that the product is in. So if your product is turning 2 a week and the category turns 10 a week, not so great. If your brand new product is turning 2 a week and the category or the category leader might be turning 3 or 4 a week, that's okay. You're a new brand. So understanding velocity with a little bit of context is also very important. The second thing that I always want to know is, are you in the right doors? And to me, the right doors have everything to do with understanding where your consumer might be. And there's another blog I'll put a link to below about avoiding the siren song of mass retail. And bigger retailers can have really great doors that match a premium brand's consumer. And then they could have 80% of their stores that don't. And in that case, it can be very risky to be in the wrong doors. And so you want to make sure you're in the right doors, speaking to the right consumers. And the third thing I'd throw out is, do you have the right resources for the channels that your doors are in? So for example, if you're in a couple hundred Whole Foods, that's very different than being in 1,000 Walmart stores. Whole Foods is treated very differently than Walmart in terms of the resources you need, the amount of data you need to bring to bear, category management. The expectations are very different from a Whole Foods to a Walmart, or from an independent natural retailer or Amazon or direct to consumer. So all those channels are very different in terms of the resources you need to compete in each. That's why in our growth model, the FIndaway growth model, which I'll also put a link to below, we talk about trying to hit certain targets before you move too quickly into new channels. So in our mind, if you can reach certain targets like 300K a month, for example, or $1 million a month, if you can reach those targets in a minimum number of channels, that maximizes your resources and your dollars, especially from a marketing standpoint, but also recognizing that the team you need to maximize D2C is not the team you need to maximize Whole Foods, or Walmart will be in a different team, or CVS, for example. So the three things that you need to think about in addition to distribution or doors, the number of doors you're in, are velocity. Are those products turning in comparison to the other products in the category and to the best products in the category? Are you in the right doors? Are you in the doors where your consumer might be, especially if you're a premium product, premium Change the World product? You've got to be in the right doors. And then last but not least, do you have the right resources up against the right channels for the doors that you're in? So hopefully this is helpful. Maybe you add that to your deck and make it easier for guys like me to invest in your company. And the happy ending for the company that we were looking at that went from 1,200 doors to 4,000 is we ended up investing because they had the right answer to all those questions. All right. Hope this is helpful. Talk to you guys soon. Let us know what you think. Take care.